Hi folks, and welcome back to AmericanOutdoors.net. Well, as you can tell from behind me, the season's upon us to wake up our stoves and start feeding them some firewood. Now you're probably watching me because you need some help. Maybe all you've got right now is unseasoned firewood. So what I'm going to show you are 5 methods to aid you in using that firewood in your stove this winter. Now, this is not a solution. And the best case scenario is always to use dry seasoned firewood. In spite of what I'm going to tell you, you may still have to nurse some fires along, fight with others, and you'll most certainly have to clean your flue out more often than you expected. But this is an aid, and I hope it helps. Let's go. One. So the cold front is on its way. The ice, the snow, the sleet, the rain, it's coming. You should have as much firewood inside your house as you possibly can. And the reason is you want that firewood to be dry, room temperature, and out of the elements. Now this is above and beyond storing your firewood under a lean-to or a tarp or shed or any of that. You don't want to be going outside in the middle of a storm or the middle of winter and having to break wood free from a frozen ice pile every time you want to burn wood. Also, when you take some of this inside and you're ready to burn it, sit it by your stove, sit it by your fireplace, close to the fire, so that the radiant heat can help dry this out, and it will make a difference. 2. Cleave the bark off your firewood. Now some folks are asking why would I want to do that? I'm going to take extra time, it's tedious, and I'm going to lose some of the wood I need. Well, no, you're not. Now this is a piece that this is a fairly large piece. I'll put this in our wood stove, and this will be for like an all-night burn. Some people will tell you that firewood takes 2 to 3 to 4 years to properly season. My experience is that I can get my wood below 20% moisture content in a year. By this bark right here around your firewood is like a wet raincoat. It just absorbs moisture and it holds it in. So by taking the bark off, and when I say off, I mean this, all 4 sides, I am exposing the heart of the wood to the bare elements, the wind, the sun, whatever. And it's going to dry a lot faster than if I had that on there. And I'm not throwing this out, okay? This will be used for kindling later, and it'll also dry much quicker. 3. Get your fresh cut firewood out of the elements just as soon as possible and get it covered. Whether you've got a machine shed, a carport, a lean-to, a barn, a garage, doesn't matter. If you don't, tarp it. Cover it, but don't wrap it. Four. Cross stacking. Now most folks, and I'm guilty of this too, we just tend to throw our logs one right on top of another, right beside each other onto a pile. I guess the benefit of that is you can get more wood into one stack that way. But unfortunately what that method does is it creates one solid piece of wood again, and you end up with wood that remains wet or damp most of the drying season. So what is cross stacking? Well, you'll start out your first row just like you would normally. You'll lay your logs side by side. Your second row is going to be laid perpendicular, like Lincoln logs. And you'll repeat each level until you get to the top. And as you can see, it creates larger gaps to allow pass-through air and airflow that will aid in drying. 5. Now remember, wet wood is wet wood. If you've just cut your firewood recently, there's not a lot anybody can do to help that. But if you're cutting your firewood now to use next year, and you use the methods that I've laid out, you're going to get a more efficient burn, and you're going to get hotter temperatures in your stove or your fireplace, and that's going to really make your house feel nice. Anyway, thanks for watching AmericanOutdoors.net, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.